My wife and I had Alex, and we wanted to have a second baby. And so, we found out Dana was pregnant, and Dana thought this pregnancy was different than the first. The doctor was like, no, one baby in there. And then we went in for, I think it was the 20-week ultrasound, and the technician says, well, how many babies did your doctor tell you was in there? My wife and I are like, one. He looked at it and said that these are mono twins, and based on the way it is, the chances of survival are very small. It was a tough time, but we made the best of it. We thought everything was going to be fine. We found out at about 30 weeks, that the doctors came in and said that the cord was around Molly's neck and they had to get the babies out. Molly was the smaller baby. Molly actually was the baby that they thought was going to have a more difficult time, and everything seemed fine. And at about 14 and a half days, they realized that Emma was in trouble. They suspected that she had necrotizing enterocolitis because she wasn't able to keep her food down. And when the doctors sort of made it clear to us that there was not hope, I remember going away from my wife, and they had a little room, and I went in the room and I got on my knees and I begged to take me. If I could trade, I would have, and it was horrific. And she was taken by ambulance to Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, and they're one of the best children's hospitals in the world. And she had surgery there and wasn't able to recover from the surgery. It's impossible to put into words the horrific time it was for my wife and I. No parent should watch their child draw their last breath. And you start to get bitter, and you start to get jaded, and you start to have a chip on your shoulder, and you think the world owes you something. And I was that way for a little bit, and that's no way to go through life. I just didn't feel like I had a place. I couldn't find equilibrium. I couldn't find peace. I just couldn't find that place. I heard that there was this race in Brigantine. It was a sprint. I weighed about 220 pounds. I never ran. I never swam. I never biked. I started to run, and I did my own bricks, like I made my own workout, and the race came. It was the second week of August of 2011, and the sun was coming up. I felt true peace. And I even said it to my wife. I said, this is as peaceful as I felt since Emma, and I just wanted more of that. And then I did an Olympic like a month later, and then that sort of was the end of the season, but I'm like, I'm gonna do an Ironman, and I'm gonna do it to raise funds. And then I just kept training and training and training. My kids are totally into it. Alex is 7 and change. Molly just turned 5 in August. We are told that she's got the personality of 2. I mean, she's a handful, that Molly. We're raising money for Children's Hospital. They have a neonatal research team working to try to find a cure, or at least to prevent necrotizing enterocolitis. And my daughter, she really only exists to me and my wife, and that's tough to take. I can't do anything about that, but I wanted to give her another story. Everybody watching this video, they're going to see her picture, they're going to hear her name, maybe some of them will even say her name, and that's a different story for her. That gives her at least something. What am I going to think about when I cross the line? I'm going to think about her. I'm going to have her picture with me, and I hope it gives hope to other people that really anything is possible. You can't give up. You got to fight, and if I can do it, I know that other people can do it too.